Hey guys, in today's video we're going by the numbers, right? But we're going to compare the Dodge Viper to both the Ferrari 355 and the Lotus V8 Turbo. You know, I love both of these vehicles. You know what? I used to kind of daydream of owning both of them, and I have the opportunity to buy my dream car, the Dodge Viper. But by the numbers is a way to really separate these cars, to see which car was really superior. You know, I can make a video head to head and talk about the way that the Viper looks and how I like XYZ. And that is a personal, bias preference. But when you go by the numbers, there's no bias. It is factual. This is statistics. And the statistics do not lie. So in today's video, which was originally just going to be the Viper versus the Lotus V8 Turbo, when I actually started planning this video, I found a great article. It was done in May of 1998, and it was awesome. So Motor Trend, Fast and Furious edition, let's start right now. So when we talk about these supercars, 0 to 60 times, I absolutely love the Ferrari. The Ferrari sounds extremely loud, extremely fast, but did it at a very respectable 4.6 seconds, 0 to 60 time. The Lotus was a little quicker, 0 to 60 time in 4.4, whereas the Dodge Viper left both of them in the dust at a 0 to 60 time at 4.0 seconds. Now the quarter mile of time, we all know, we all watch Fast and Furious. You know, Dom lived his life a quarter mile at a time. Nothing else mattered, right? Well, if you were in the Ferrari, it mattered because you didn't even hit 12s. You did it in 13.0 seconds at 109.7 miles per hour. Well, the Lotus V8 did make it into the 12s. It was more like the Gen 1 12s, but it did it at 12.8 at 111.8 miles per hour. The Dodge Viper, again, showed up the American builds badass vehicles, did it at 12.1 at 120.5 miles per hour. Just added for this video, I decided to do the standing 1 mile. Why? Because everyone knows that the Viper's quick 0 to 60. Now it's quick in the quarter mile. But how does it compare at the 1 mile mark? Well, let's see. The Ferrari did it in 32.6 seconds at 154.1 miles per hour. Think about that, 154.1 miles per hour, that's faster than some cars go. So that's still respectable. Now the Lotus. The Lotus did it also in 32.1 seconds at 158.4 miles per hour. The Dodge Viper, man, it smoked them by over 2 seconds. Did it at 30.1 seconds at 173.3 miles per hour. This shows you right now how fast the Dodge Viper truly was in the 1990s. Now we want to talk about how the car handles, right? The skid pad number. Well, the big number that we all want is 1 Gs. That's the number in the 90s. That was one that we really tried to get, and many manufacturers failed. Both the Ferrari and Lotus got the exact same 0.98 G attempt at the skid pad, whereas the Dodge Viper got a 1.1 G. I'm telling you, the Dodge Viper could actually handle itself extremely well. Now let's go through the cones, right? We want to see how it goes in and out of these cones. Well, let's talk about it. The slalom, the Ferrari did it in 70.8 miles per hour. Not bad. The Lotus V8 Turbo did it at an even 70 miles per hour. The Dodge Viper, 73.6 miles per hour. Guys, the Dodge Viper was a vehicle that not was only fast, but you could truly handle the car. It wasn't a heavy, out of shape, just a bully type of car. It was a car that was able to handle itself even in the slalom. Guys, this seems like it's a serious car for the 90s. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the performance, right? The 0 to 100. We already know that the Viper is going to easily win this category, but the Ferrari did it at a 10.5, whereas the Lotus did it in 10.4. The Dodge Viper was smoking both of these at 8.8 seconds. The 100 to 0, the braking, I'm actually shocked at this. The Ferrari was a 5.1, whereas the Lotus was a 4.5, and the Dodge Viper beat the Ferrari there. It kind of shocked me, where it did it in 5.0 seconds. But the braking, or actually, I'm sorry, the 0 to 100 back to 0, when you calculate all those, the Ferrari did it in 15.6 seconds, the Lotus at 14.9, and the Dodge Viper by 1 whole second faster was at 13.8 seconds. I'm telling you, the Dodge Viper was a car that you should have taken seriously in the 90s. Braking 60 to 0. The Ferrari did it the best at 111 feet. The Lotus at 118 feet. The Viper was like the Energizer Bunny. It kept going and going all the way to 126 feet. The weakness on the Viper is its brakes. Like I said in my prior by the numbers, if you're not winning, you are indeed losing. And while the Viper was the cheapest American-made supercar, it has outperformed the Lotus and the Ferrari, which cost sometimes nearly double the price as the Viper. You think about that for a second, and then you realize how special the Viper was. Now, the top speed. You know, when we think about top speed, I learned something I never thought was true. You know, so many times my viewers or somebody makes a comment saying that their Viper has hit 190 miles per hour or 195. Some of them say they've been able to hit 200 miles per hour. The fastest I've ever found that the Viper has actually went was 186.6. Well, in this May edition of 1998, the Fast and Furious edition, we're going to see if that number stood true. The top speed on the Ferrari, on most of the Motor Trend, was 177 miles per hour. I did find an edition that did have it listed at 186.6, so I am using that one as the top speed for the Ferrari 355. The Lotus was 179.4. I mean, both of those cars are fast. Anytime you get over 160, 170 miles per hour, you have a fast car. Not every car is going to reach 200, 220. And you can't really go 220 on a public street anyway. But the Dodge Viper did it at 192.6 miles per hour. That was shocking to me because I've always heard people say that they've reached that number. But you know what? I've never found anything. But May edition Motor Trend, the Fast and Furious edition, the Viper reached 192.6 miles per hour. So when we look at these by the numbers, we know that the Dodge Viper has killed the NSX. It killed the Ferrari 355. It gave a smackdown to the Lotus V8 Turbo. How's it going to compare against the Porsche Turbo, the Lamborghini Diablo, even the Ferrari F40? We're going to compare those cars to the Viper and see how it really stacks up of these iconic cars and see truly if the Viper should be considered a true supercar by the end of this series. But so far, against other supercars in this time, the Viper has already laid a smackdown. Guys, you can debate a lot of things. You can debate the aesthetics of the car. You can debate the layout of the car. You can debate a lot of things, but you can't debate these numbers. These numbers are black and white, they're statistics, and right now, the Viper's beating the hell out of these cars, and it's at a fraction of the price. Guys, thanks for watching this video as always. God bless, and take care.